So I've always told you guys that I'm not a red pill podcaster. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of the ideologies and the stuff that these red pill guys be telling y'all, like the fresh and fits. And we could go down the line of the guys that I just don't agree with. All right, but as far as holding yourselves accountable, becoming the best version of you, I do agree with those parts. But a lot of the guys that is giving you guys the information is really a whole bunch of dudes that got hurt by women, so now they're kind of putting that on you, right? So this woman right here, she said that she lost her man to the manosphere content, basically red pill. So I want to see what exactly is going on. I figure this is going to be interesting, and I want to give you guys some good content for the day. By the way, to everybody that saw that fitness video that I did, my last video, if you guys are interested in joining my Discord where we can hold each other accountable, I'm going to put the Discord link in the description below. Like, all you got to do is just click it. It's free, and we'll just hold each other accountable. Put a picture of yourself for the before. Our first challenge is going to be 10,000 steps for 30 days. All right, 10,000 steps for 30 days, and all you got to do is just post. Now, I mean, how many steps you took that day, whether it's on the treadmill, whether it's just walking around, whether it's just, you walking around your job, whatever. All right, so that's going to be our first challenge in that group chat. So I'm going to put the link below. We're going to hold each other accountable. All right.
I had a relationship fail because of the type of content that your boyfriend was watching. I just saw this girl, and I'm going to tag her below, and she was talking about how she lost her boyfriend to red pill content. Well, I basically lost my boyfriend to manosphere content. And that was the beginning of the end. I didn't know it though. One day, I came home. I was in my vanity room. Okay, I have a room just for myself with my clothes and my makeup. In that room, I have a TV. One day, my ex, he comes in my room where I'm decompressing, mind you. And he goes on my TV and he says, "Baby, I want you to watch this creator with me." Okay? And I said, "Oh, okay," because at this point, me and him has been together for about a good 3 years. So I feel like when he was suggesting content to me, it's because he thought that I also might enjoy it. So I said, "Oh, okay, what type of content does he make?" And he says, well, he comes on his platform and he invites women on there and he basically argues with them. And I shit y'all not, the first question that came out of my mouth after he said that was, "Is he gay?" Because in my mind, I don't know an actual real man who goes out about his way to argue with a woman just to tell her about herself. Because in my reality, okay, that don't happen, right? I didn't grow up with men who were around me that did that type of shit. And the ones that did do that type of shit, they were gay. So that's why I asked that question. He starts to laugh and he's like, "Nah, he's not gay. It's just that he likes to debate."
Why is that the first thing that people like to jump to? Is he gay? Because let's just say if he was a dude that likes to get on here and have disputes with women. Now, I mean, that's not my forte. But why is the first thing, is he gay? Like, that just says a lot about how you think. Like, that's the first question that you have. Like, it has to be something towards his character. Like, I don't know. I'm just interested.
He likes to go back and forth with the women and tell them how they're wrong. And I was like, okay, just go ahead and put it on. This motherfucker gonna put on Kevin Samuels. Mind you, I did not know who the hell he was at that point. And most people didn't know who he was at that point because he didn't blow up yet. He puts him on. And mind you, I'm just listening.
Yo, just by the way she's talking. All right, ladies, let me just say this, all right? Because some of y'all going to get offended because offended ears will be offended, right? But just by the way she's talking, like all of the cursing and just the way she's describing the situation, how she went straight to him being gay, I could just see she seems very combative. Now, I mean, she seems like the type of person that likes to, be at it with words. So before this video even finishes, that man may have realized something about her. That doesn't have anything to do with the manosphere or red pill or Kevin Samuels saying that she's not valid. Because I think by the title, that's what I thought. But when you are a woman like this, you talk this damn aggressive. If you're talking to another man, like a man, it's like a man and a man talking. That's not gonna work. You know what I mean? Like a soft and a man will work. But when you're talking this damn aggressive and you calling dudes gay off rip, I can only imagine how you was talking to this guy.
Because I'm not watching. I'm taking off my makeup and shit. I'm hearing the content. I'm just like,
cursing.
I look at my ex at one point. I'm just like, "Can you take him off my TV, please?" So my ex just starts to laugh and he's like, "Oh, what? You don't like him?" I'm like, "Hell no, I don't like him." And then I start to question him, like, why the fuck would I like him? So fast forward. Me and my ex get into
Fellas, I'm gonna give y'all a little secret, all right? Don't let no girl curse at you. That's one thing I've never played about. You're not, especially no F-bombs. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I've done 10 years in the military. I tell you this all the time. So yes, sometimes I have a vulgar mouth, but I'm not cursing at my wife. I didn't curse at her when she was my girlfriend. I'm not cursing at you. In other words, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, I'm not talking to you like that. Know what I mean? So I'm definitely not going to accept a woman talking to me like that. You know what I mean? It's one thing if me and another man, you know, we on a basketball court, whatever we are. I mean, there's certain things you ain't going to say to me. But if you're on a date with a girl and girls, they think this is cute. What the fuck? Like, what? Nigga, like, you're not calling me a nigga. You're not what the F of me. We're not doing none of that. You're going to talk to me softly. That's just how I roll, respectfully. If you don't talk like that, it's cool. Don't talk like that. Just understand you're not going to be a part of my life in that position. You know what I mean? That's just how I hold myself. That's how I carry myself, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you joking like that, nigga, shut the fuck up. If you joking like that, when you're mad, it's going to sound like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, know what I mean? Like, I'm not playing those type of games. So off the rip, I let it be known, yo, we're not going to talk to each other like that, all right? You know what I mean? And just by the way she's talking, I could tell, like, she got that masculine vibe to her, you know?
an argument. So we get into this fight, and basically he asked me why I wouldn't do something, like, or why I wasn't like taking him serious or paying attention to him about some shit he was trying to say. I can't really remember, but I told him I cannot take you seriously because you don't pay any of my fucking bills. That's why I'm not taking shit that you're saying seriously.
Yo.
This motherfucker gonna say, this is why women end up alone. I say, what women do you know?
Yo, that's the answer to everything in today's time. Now, I ain't gonna say all women, know what I mean, but a lot of women that, you know, you're unmarried or something, a lot of y'all have the same ideology. I can't take you serious because you can't pay my bills. That's like me saying to my wife, does this sound good? That's like me saying to my wife, like, she's talking to me or whatever, and she's telling me about something that she's interested in, and I'm like, she's like, babe, why you not paying me no mind? I can't pay you no mind because you're not cooking right now, or you ain't cooked last week. That doesn't, like, what? Doesn't that sound crazy? Or scratch all that. Imagine a girl talking to your son like that. Now, I mean, imagine a girl saying, I'm sorry, I can't take you serious because you ain't paying none of my bills. Shorty, you don't sound like you deserve somebody to pay your bills. Y'all think that you could talk to me crazy until I get to the point where I am now rewarding you with paying your bills, and now I'll expect you to talk to me nicely? No, it don't work like that. You got to deserve that. You know what I mean? And just by hearing how you talk, know what I mean, like, to a man, no. What if he's grinding to that point to get to the point where he could pay all the bills? But until then, you're going to disrespect him? You have a man, let's just say this, I don't know this dude, but let's just say you have a man with good character, but because he's not paying your bills, because his money hasn't met his character yet, know what I mean, or caught up with his character yet, you're going to disrespect him until he could pay your bills? That has nothing to do with red pill, shorty. Like, if anything, the red pill just opened his eyes. You know what I mean? And for the ladies that's getting offended by what I'm saying, if y'all are saying this is normal, then it's normal for somebody to treat your son just like this. It's normal for somebody to treat your little brother just like this. I don't respect you until you are paying my bills. If that don't sound crazy, then I don't know what
I
is.
ended up alone. He was like, that's the shit that I see when I'm watching those videos. Because he started to watch just not only Kevin, but he was watching, you know, other influencers who had the same type of content. So I told him, this is where I had to break it down for him a little bit. And I had to hurt his feelings. I didn't really want to do it, but I'm just like, you getting out of fucking hand. Like, you really getting out of line. I was like, I don't know why someone like you is watching content from people like them. You, first of all, don't have the same money as them. You don't have the same lifestyle as them. You don't have the resources they have, and you don't have the platform they have. So why the fuck is someone like you being influenced by someone like that? You, a grown-ass man, almost into his 30s, because at this point he was like 29, 28 or something like that. Almost into his 30s, you're listening to another grown man. You don't have your own ideology set.
Shorty, have you never heard, like, I'm not saying whatever information this dude was taking was valid, because I don't know what video he saw or showed her or whatever, but saying that another man, listening to another man, like speaking down on that. Have you not heard of mentorship? Like, what is this newfound thought that you guys have that a man just has to have it figured out? You know what I mean? Like, nobody just has it figured out. We're all still learning, no matter where you are in life. Now, I mean, so listening to another man that's possibly in a position that you want to be in or has an understanding on stuff that you want to understand, that's not something to be frowned upon. Now, because now if he's walking around oblivious with no answers, not trying to find the answers, now you're going to call him an idiot. You know what I mean? So, fellas, this is why it's so important that the person that you date, the person that you marry, they gotta fit a certain like stature. You know what I mean? They gotta be a certain way mentally. They gotta be a certain person. It's very important who you choose this person to be. And there's dudes out here that will deal with a girl like this. Know what I mean? And be like, yo, I hate all women. No, bro, you should not deal with a woman with this kind of characteristics. Respectfully. Know what I mean? You would have walked away from her being like, oh, I ain't supposed to, listen to other dudes because she made you feel bad for that. What? She's probably the same kind of girl, and I'm going to say this very respectfully. Know what I mean? She the same kind of girl that see girls that are attractive on TikTok saying things like, ladies, we got to take care of our fitness. We got to do better. Know what I mean? And then be in their comments talking about who hurt you. It must have been an overweight woman. Know what I mean? Who hurt you? Instead of taking accountability. She's one of those kind of girls. Stay away from women like this. Respectfully. Respectfully.
You don't have.
And yes, some of the things that she's saying could possibly be valid for that man. Like homie, like you got to understand what they're expecting out of a woman is different because they have X, Y, and Z. If that's how she felt in the situation, that's how she felt. But the way she articulated that, or the way she's articulating it to us, tells us a lot about her character. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Y'all, I need y'all to understand what I'm saying. If a woman is talking like this in just explanations, that tells me that you are a certain type of person that cannot articulate yourself to the point where you will get disrespectful. I'm not dealing with you. You know what I mean? I could categorize you just by watching this video. So many things that I can see just on this video.
Have your own morals and values to follow. You're letting somebody else that don't even fucking know that you exist influence you. And you're a grown-ass man. You try to say you're a grown-ass man. That's fucking crazy. I didn't understand that. I really didn't. Because, yeah, social media is fun. But I cannot say I've ever been influenced by a fucking creator on here. Because,
you should.
Bitch, if you're trying to sell me some shit and I don't want it, I'm going to keep fucking scrolling. If it sounds like some shit that don't sound right, I'm going to let you know it don't sound right. But it's hardly ever I get influenced by somebody on here. And this grown-ass man wants me to take him serious. The one that's getting influenced by somebody.
See, the thing about social media and why it's so beautiful is because you will most likely never meet me in person, right? I will never meet a lot of the people that I watch in person. But you know how they used to say back in the day, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room. See, the thing about it is now you don't have to be the dude in a room. You could just search up a video. You can just have a creator that is sharing information that you need. Now, I mean, from a dude that's smarter than you, there's nothing to frown upon on that. A lot of my fitness information I've learned from YouTube. A lot of my financial information I've learned from YouTube. Seeing how good people do in certain situations, marriages, whatever. I'm influenced by that stuff. By the good stuff on the internet. So that's nothing to be frowned upon. Now, make sure it's not detrimental, but she's saying that she's never been influenced by anybody. Shorty, I can tell, because there's some healthy information out there. And by the way you are talking, you have a lot of growing up to do. A lot of growing up to do. People, if you cannot articulate yourself without cursing and disrespecting somebody and seeing bigger picture and understanding where this person could possibly be coming from before getting offended and ready to jump down somebody's throat, you have growing up to do. That is not how you should be talking. I will never forget. I was in a relationship one time and this girl said to me, she said, yo, why do you feel the need to argue? Like, why do you feel the need that we have to, And I was like, I mean, that's what couples do. And honestly, I was coming from a place where that's what I see my dad do. That's what I see my mom do. That's what I see my stepdad, my stepmom do. That's what I seen growing up. But it kind of dawned on me like, damn, like, let me research. Why do I think that's normal? It was because of my childhood and what I saw. Now, how, like, what's another way to communicate effectively? Because maybe that ain't something healthy that I had. Know what I mean? That's growing. Okay, luckily I was a lot younger, but that's growing. But she's over here shunning on a man that's looking for answers. Meanwhile, this is how she talks.
The one that don't pay bills. You want me to take you serious? What the fuck? I said you need to stop listening to the motherfuckers. Because they got you fucked up. And now you got me fucked up. He just shut the fuck up. He didn't say nothing else. He didn't say shit after that. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to talk to you when I get home. And I hung up. And that was the end of that conversation. I should have known that that was going to be a problem. Okay? Now, another thing too.
Fellas, yo, somebody's hanging up on you. Yo, this non-negotiables, bro, that you got to have. You got to cut that shit off early. Excuse my French. You got to cut it off early. Cursing at me? Nah, I mean, hanging up on me? We not playing that. We not even playing that. Nah, man, we not playing those games. Cut that off the first time it happened. Yo, I'm not going to put up with that, all right? We are going to communicate like adults, but hanging up is just disrespectful. I didn't hang up on you. Now, I mean, let me off the phone if you're done with the conversation, whatever, but hanging up on me, we're not playing those games. Somebody that's comfortable with hanging up on you, they're going to disrespect you even more. Think about it. If this woman, I always use this, and people be laughing at me when I say this, but if she was in a relationship with Chris Brown, you know what I mean? If she was in, oh, damn, my fault. Friday. If she was in a relationship with Chris Brown, you think she hanging up on him? You think she's talking to him crazy like this? Granted, dude is not Chris Brown, but why would you be in a relationship with somebody that can respect you better, but they're not going to respect you because you're not somebody else? Why are we in a relationship if you're just not going to respect me? Like, what's the point? You might as well be single. Go be with somebody you will respect. But I'm not playing those games. Broken oil. When I ain't had no money, there's certain things I wasn't playing still. You know what I mean? Certain things I was not playing. I don't care. I don't care how much money. I don't care what bills I pay. You're not going to disrespect me. Respectfully.
If you have a boyfriend that has, and this is not all of them. This is not all of them. This was just the one that I had. And there are many others that are like him. Okay, so please don't get this confused. Do not run with this shit, okay? Sometimes men, where they have an absence of a father in their life, if he sees a man talking about things that other men respond well to, then he will also try to adopt their ideas, adopt that behavior. Because they think that a man is teaching them something that they don't know. Because they didn't have one growing up. So now they're looking for that. Is what I'm trying to say. I hope I said that right. My thing is this, though. If you're going to listen to them type of people, you got to make sure everything else in your life matches up with them too. Okay? Not just your mentality about women. You got to make sure your finances match up. You got to make sure.
Yo, I'm about to say something, and again, somebody gonna feel some type of way. But just by looking at her face, I could see why she was offended by that. Because what Kevin Williams, Kevin Samuels used to always talk about was women being overweight, women taking care of their weight. Now, I mean, similar to how I just made a video on that, but peep how when I made my video, it wasn't in a way that like you'll be offended. It's in a way that you'll understand. And I do that very carefully in my videos. Again, just being able to articulate myself to the point where I don't want to offend you. I want to get you to understand so you can do better for you. Looking at her, she probably heard what Kevin Samuels said and went off the rails like, lose weight? I'm overweight. Like she probably, you know what I mean, seen all that. The makeup, all of that, you know? And got offended. That's where all this energy is coming from. Fellas, listen, there's certain information out there you should not take, all right? Certain information you should definitely run from because there's men out here that are hurt by women, like the whole Fresh and Fit podcast guys. You know what I mean? There's a lot of these dudes online, and they're giving you guys advice to basically F women, you know what I mean? Like don't, who cares about them? And all of these type of rhetorics. And they're really coming from a hurt place. But then there are also men out here that are coming from a healthy place, that have healed, have learned themselves, have did a lot of self-growth and self-work that can give you very good advice. Don't let some girl that ain't did no work on herself tell you that there's something wrong with that. Now, I mean, everybody's being influenced by somebody. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Even in the people that's like, oh, I don't let nobody influence me. Somebody did what you did before you saw it, and you was like, I want to try that. All right, so don't feel bad for that, especially if you're trying to grow and do better for yourself. Know what I mean?
Your looks match up. You got to make sure all the decisions that you make in your life gonna match up with theirs too. See, it's more than just having, an influenced mind, right? If you really feel like how that person feels and you want your life to reflect that, you want to move how they move, you got to have your whole life looking just like how theirs look. And his life wasn't looking like that. Okay, like I said, he wasn't doing anything other than the bare minimum. And I really do feel like that was the beginning of the end. Tip of the iceberg. Also, it's no shade to Kevin Samuels. I know that man passed away. I'm not trying to disrespect him, but that was part of my story. Also, I do want to say this, okay? I saw some comments in my last video that they were saying I was rage baiting. Bitch, this ain't no fucking rage baiting. I told you what the fuck happened and I left. I hardly even responded to most of the comments on there because most people thought that I was just saying shit just because I wanted to get reactions. No, I gave my confessional, my testimonial, and I fucking left. Like, there really is.
Fellas, stay away from these kind of girls. All right, stay away from these kind of girls. When you on a date, I don't know if you physically attracted to somebody, I want you guys to pay attention to more than just their conversation, more than trying to impress them. Now, I mean, pay attention to their mannerisms. Pay attention to how they talk. Now, I mean, just pay attention to all of that, how they talk to other people, everything, all right? And then once you guys do get in a relationship, cut those non-negotiables off early. Don't sit here and tell yourself, oh, I ain't say nothing about it because, it's just the first time. If I be getting passionate, but if it's the first time and you allowed it, that person is going to see, oh, he allowed that. They're going to see what else they can get away with, to the point where they just disrespecting you. I want to read the comments, though. So let's see. And then Kevin Samuels died alone. Okay, you can't lose your boyfriend. Let me see. Let me see if I can put it on the screen. You can't lose your boyfriend's manosphere content. Manosphere content saved you from a man whose character is as shaky as a belly dancer. See, I'm not even on no manosphere content. But if y'all can't see through her attitude and how she is and see that, okay, maybe that dude, he left because of manosphere, whatever. But that relationship wasn't going to work out in general. That was not going to work out. You know what I mean? Even when he did get money, he was going to leave her. He was going to leave her. There's no way you're staying with somebody that's disrespecting you like this. Or even a memory of somebody that disrespected you like this. And now you're up. But they disrespected you until you got up. Let's keep reading. It's crazy how impressionable they are. Wow. Men show you memes they find funny. Women show you memes they think you will find funny. Women don't end up alone. They choose peace. Wow. So this is exactly why I create my content, y'all. I stay real firm in the middle. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a married man. I love my wife. I love women. You know what I mean? I have a beautiful mom. I have a beautiful daughter, beautiful sisters, all that. You know what I mean? And I'm a man. I got bros, I got brothers, I got a father, I got all that. You know what I mean? So I'm not on no soft side, or I'm not no ultra manly side. Nothing, ain't none of that. Now, I mean, I understand both sides. And when I read these comments, these groups, I'm like, this is exactly, like, y'all keep each other where you guys are. Instead of saying, girl, you a little aggressive. He might have left you for other reasons outside of that video. Like, instead of holding her some type of accountable Republican content, my sweet little boy gone. Most real men are not online arguing back and forth with women. Kevin Samuels wasn't on here arguing with women. Women were calling Kevin Samuels after watching how he talked to other women and said, okay, I want your advice. Give me your advice on, and he was giving the straight cut, no filter. You know what I mean? Just, shorty, you're big. You need to lose weight. You do what? And you want a man like that? like, like, peep how all of these women around, I'm pretty sure there's a certain kind of man that they want. And they're all, yeah, men don't listen. Yeah, men in this and men in that. And men. They're all just blaming it on the man. But they're all in the chat mad at a man. You know what I mean? You like, where's your man now? You know? So I don't know. Having a man is not always a way to show, I don't know why I can't talk, a way to show that you are healed or whatever. But at the same time, it's a lot of bitter women in these chats just mad at men. And they fuel each other. They literally fuel each other. But yeah, I'm going to end it there. All right. Like I said, man, if y'all want to join the Discord, Kevin resonates with fatherless men the most. With the Discord or whatever, y'all want to join the Discord, we could sit here and we could talk about, your before and afters. We can motivate each other, hold each other accountable and all that good stuff, man. Go ahead and join the Discord. I put the link to the direct channel to the Discord. Go ahead and just drop the before pictures and we'll hold each other accountable. Now, I mean, drop your name and all that and your desired goal that you want to get to, all right? So I'm going to put that in the description below. Hey, man, it's been your boy, Ty Boogie. I'm out of here, man. Peace.